What's going on, Easy Agent Proers? In today's video, I'm going to be going over open houses, a pretty much step-by-step tutorial from very beginning of when you're even starting to think about running an open house all the way to after the open house is finished, everything you should be doing to have a successful open house. And this is for anybody that's, a seasoned agent that's been running open houses for a while, or a brand new agent that doesn't even have any listings. There are plenty of ways to have successful open houses, and we're going to go over that in today's video. So like I've mentioned, anybody can run an open house. It's a very good way for marketing yourself as a real estate agent, as well as giving exposure to a listing that you may have. Now, if you're a brand new agent and you don't have any listings as of yet, a good way to get listings and to have open houses is to ask other agents in your brokerage or other agents in your area that you may know. Ask them if they're willing to let you host an open house at one of the listings that they have. If they're a top producer or somebody that's very busy, they're going to have a lot of listings that they may want to have an open house at, or they may want to have some extra marketing for, but either they're too busy, it's a little bit below the price point for where they think the return on time and investment to put into having an open house for it. Whatever it may be, they just don't want to run an open house there, and they may let you do that. So if you ask around, there's going to be plenty of agents that'll let you run an open house for them if you're willing to do all of the work for it. So not having a listing is no excuse not to be out there doing open houses. Now, the success of your open house is going to come down to the amount of marketing that you do prior to the open house actually happening. So you need to start marketing for your open house maybe 3 to 7 days prior to having the open house. So about a week prior, you can start doing all of your marketing in there. Tons of ways that you can do marketing, free ways as well as paid. If you're looking for the free route, you can door knock, you can, cold call and circle prospect to houses that are in the area. You can network with local businesses that are near the house that you're having the open house at and see if they'll put up flyers. You can put up signs. There are tons of free ways that you can do to market the open house the free way. If you want to get a little more targeted and you have a little bit better results and do have some paid traffic using Facebook ads, EasyAgentPro has tons of templates out there for open houses that you can use. We've created videos on this channel going over open houses and how to run them, run the ads to them, set up the landing pages for them. All of that information and we're going to list it in the description and up above on this video so that you can check it out if you haven't already seen those videos. Now, prior to having an open house, you also want to invite key members of the real estate transaction process to possibly help you out in the open house. Now, there's a couple reasons why you may want to do this. So for one, if you are actually going to have a successful open house and it's going to be busy, it's going to be very hard to keep track of all of the people in the house, actually pay them attention and to answer all the questions that they may have. So, having a title rep or a lender there can help you make sure that everybody that is coming in is, on their best behavior, signing in, answering any questions that they may have. Also, if your open house isn't that successful, and there are plenty of times where you're going to have open houses where you're going to have 3, maybe 4 people show up in the course of a few hours, there's going to be a lot of downtime. And instead of sitting around on your phone or wasting time watching TV in the house or anything like that, you can be, talking with your title rep or your lender, or getting some work done with them. There's plenty of things you can do in that time period, or following up with leads and stuff while you're there with your title rep or your lender. Plenty of things you can do in this time period if you have your lender and your title rep there. Also, if they are there, if you have somebody that comes through, say you have a buyer that comes through looking for the property and they like the property, but they don't know the first thing about, getting pre-qualified or pre-approved or the whole process or anything like that, instead of you going down the process and telling them, oh, this is what you may be able to do and these are the programs, blah, blah, blah. If your lender is there, your lender can talk to them as a actual lender and tell them, okay, here's exactly what is going to happen. Here's exact programs that we have that are current that you may qualify for based on what you're telling me right now, et cetera, et cetera. And, it's another way that you can help provide service and provide value at your open houses that'll help them be successful. Now, the day of your open house, you want to make this as big of an event as possible. So you don't want to go outside of your, local ordinances and your HOAs and all of that. You don't want to get any any fines, and you don't want to have all of your open house signs confiscated or cut up or anything like that. So, don't go overboard and placing like 100 signs within like a 2-block radius when, they're only saying that you can put up 3, maybe 4. That's not smart. So stay within your guidelines, but put as many signs up as possible. Put up balloons, put up signs and posters inside of local businesses if they allow it. You want to be everywhere. You want to have as much information towards your open house as possible. You want it to be a big event. Also, prior to the open house on the day of, you want to make sure you have enough materials there so for people that are coming in. So you want to have plenty of your MLS sheets that are going to have all the information on the property, giving all the actual, like the tax data and the square footage and all the other information that people are normally going to ask. You can just hand them a sheet that's going to have all the information on there. You also want to have information about, if you don't have a lender or title up there or anything like that, you want to have some lending documents. So you're talking about maybe some first-time home buyer programs or some programs that your lender offers, and things of that nature that can help them out. You also want to have a sign-in sheet so that everybody that comes into your open house signs in. Now, this is very important to have everybody that comes into your open house sign in. So you want to make sure they sign in, one, for security purposes. You want to make sure that everybody that comes into that house is signing in, so if anything happens, okay, these are the people that came in. So say something came up missing, or the person that owns the house, maybe they still live there and something came up missing. You have all of these people that came to the open house that maybe one of them is somebody that did something. Also, you want to make sure everybody signs in for your own personal records so that you can follow up with everybody that's signed in. Now, EasyAgentPro, we have a sign-in sheet that you can download. It's going to be available for you guys. So go ahead and click the link so that you can download that sign-in sheet if you do not already have one. So while people are there at your open house, you want to try to establish rapport with them. So 95% of the people that show up at an open house are not going to be interested in actually purchasing this house. And this is a universal fact that, most open houses are more for the agents than the actual house itself. However, there is a chance that it will be sold at the open house, but more times than not, it works better in our sense as helping us market ourselves as agents. So you want to establish rapport with everybody that comes in, build a relationship with them, because, they're taking time out of their day to come to this open house. They stop by either because they're interested in buying this house, or there are people that stop by at open houses because maybe they live in a neighborhood and they're thinking to themselves, I'm thinking about selling soon. Let me see what the neighbors have done to their house. So, if they're selling their house for $297 or $299, and their house is, same square footage, same amount of bedrooms and bathrooms, but we have a little bit more upgrades. Maybe they have a pool, and they're gonna look at the other house and start comparing it to their house, and that's a good seller lead for you. So that's just 2 scenarios, but there are tons of scenarios that happens at open houses. Every single one is different, and you can use that to your advantage so that you can start to build up both buyer and seller lists based off of people that come into your open house. And after your open house is finished, you want to follow up with every single lead that came in. And this is another reason why you want to make sure that they signed in, because like I've mentioned before, they're all going to be hot/warm leads, whatever you want to classify them as. They're very motivated because they took time out of their day to come by and look at, this house that you are having the open house at. If they weren't interested in buying or selling, they would have just kept driving, kept doing whatever it is that they were doing. So you want to treat these leads as if, they're ready to buy or sell right now. So you want to follow up with them, follow up with them, follow up with them. And I'm sure if you do that, your open houses will be very successful, and, you're going to build up a very good buyer and seller list based off of having a successful open house. Now, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. We'll be down there answering all questions. If you like the video, be sure to leave it a like. If you're new, be sure to subscribe so you're not missing out on any new videos, and we'll see you in the next one.